almost a week since the last time you saw me, if you've been keeping up with the videos on their days, which you don't have to. For those of you who are new, I'm Chloe, and we're talking long fast aftermath. Like what's been going on since the last time you saw me sipping vegetable broth. First of all, I still feel amazing. Yay. And I kept pretty much the schedule I think I mentioned to you guys in my final video. So I did all liquids until Sunday, and then on Sunday I started in with cooked vegetables. And I actually, just out of curiosity, had a little bit of peanut butter on Sunday night. I probably could have done without it, but there was no stomach pain, there was no refeeding syndrome, there was no anything. The only thing that I was really monitoring was making sure that my digestive system was working properly. Do you know what I mean by that? Make sure that everything that was going in was coming back out. And that took a few days. I had a bit of a hormonal interruption for a couple of days in there, but just my body doing what it's supposed to. It probably took 3 full days for it to come back to normal. And I did take those detox pills a couple times to help things along, just to kind of like remind my intestines what they're there for. 3 weeks is a long time to not have to do your job. And so they were chilling. But everything is totally fine now. I'm back to eating normally. Normally for me, not normally for most of you. I'm not eating meat, I'm not eating dairy, I'm eating wheat. But I'm eating vegetables and nuts still, which is a lot of what I was eating before. But the odd thing is, I don't want any of the other stuff. A couple of days this past week, just because people had stuff like near me, I had like bites of things that I wouldn't normally eat, like a bite of someone's sandwich or something that had like cheese in it or something like that, just to be like, A, is this going to be a trigger point for me, and B, like, does it taste good? Like, does it taste like I want to eat it? And it didn't, which is like, I'm floored. Like, all I want are the nuts and the vegetables. I don't even want anything else. Because yeah, I'm still like, this is my actual reaction to saying that out loud. Like, I'm floored. Because, I mean, I'm not superhuman. I like junk food like everybody else, even though I try to eat vegan and gluten-free and even low carb sometimes, and trying to do all 3 of those things at the same time is next to impossible. I still attempt it. And I want to be healthy. But I like pizza. I mean, like, who? I'm not. So to encounter those foods and them to not want them, it's like a huge deal. I don't know. I mean, like, for one, it's a huge relief for someone who has a food addiction to not be attracted to junk food. And I hope that it just keeps staying and staying and staying like this. Because I want to be able to say no. I kind of feel like I went into rehab, and I'm not being flippant about people who go to rehab for more serious addictions like alcoholism or drugs. I'm just saying that going 3 weeks without eating anything makes the things I am eating now different to me, mentally and physically, and that I'm glad for it. I was doing some research, as I do, and one of the things I read said, when you do a long fast, 21 days or longer, plan out your eating, not just for the next few days or weeks after, plan out your eating for the next 6 months. And I was like, whoa, what? And then I was like, no, yes, exactly. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm still working on it. It's only been a week. And so I don't have the full plan laid out. And also, I did like 1 day of fasting this past week. And the rest of the time I've just, because I was trying to make sure that my system was working properly, and so I didn't want to do a lot of stop-start. So I have eaten at least once each day this week, minus the 24-hour fast that I did on Monday, right after I ended the fast on Friday. But that was sort of inadvertent. So now that everything's working fine, I feel like I can go back to doing, 2 days here, 3 days there, 5 days there, without messing anything up. But I wanted to make sure I was back to normal before I went back to messing around. with my fasting. And so the great thing about that is it'll be a lot easier coming in and out of it, because the things that I'm eating are still so gentle, and I don't actually want to eat anything else. And I'm gonna let that be as long as I feel like that. The other unusual thing for me personally is that I've been realizing that I don't know how much to eat. And I don't know if this is a cultural thing too. I feel like it might be possibly because we have really large portion sizes here in America. And so personally, I feel like I have two modes, like empty or full, and I don't know how to be not one or the other. So part of my 6-month plan is I'm going to be teaching myself how to eat until I'm satiated, not until I feel like I'm going to die. You know, like, that's a force of habit. And it's a habit that needs to be broken, because I can't be like, either I'm not going to eat at all or I'm going to eat until my stomach hurts. Like, there's a nice way to live that's not either of those, and I'm going to find it. And so that's part of what I'll be working on, especially if what I want to eat remains healthy and happy and good and full of light. Yeah, I even purposely, I did this yesterday afternoon, I purposely ate something that I normally would like not eat, just to be like, do I even want this a little bit? And the answer was no. I just want my vegetables. So I'm pretty thrilled. And then, you know, like nuts and beans and stuff for protein, but like, yay, I'm ecstatic. So that's pretty much the physical aftermath. Multiple of you have asked me about the spiritual aftermath of the fast, which is still ongoing. I'm still processing it. And I'm really going to try to put some work in on that this weekend, so that I can take what I've been thinking and feeling and translate it into something that you can consume. Multiple of you have mentioned that you're going to be either like attempting like fasts or changing the way that you eat based on something you might have heard me say, which is huge. Keep in mind, if you have any questions, or if there's something I can do, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Oh, you're all like, how much weight did you lose? I don't know. That's a big question, right? Like 21 days without eating, like how did you not die? My metabolism is very slow. It has nothing to do with me going back and forth fasting. That's been since I was a kid. So that's part of it. My body was just like slowly chipping away. I was already there, so I was not near death at any point. But I'm gonna say I probably lost a net of 15 pounds. So that's just a guess based on how I feel, how I look, and the way that my clothes fit. It was probably more than that, and then now that I've been back to eating and drinking for a week, I feel like that's where it like readjusted. So any weight I lose from here would be from that point, but that would be the net, which I feel like is pretty good. 3 weeks work. So in case you were wondering, that's my estimation. I don't keep a scale in the house for personal reasons, but I know my body pretty well, so that's neither a liberal nor a conservative estimate. It's just probably what happened. Thank you guys so much for joining. Keep clicking subscribe. I love seeing more of you here. I love seeing comments and questions. Feel free to ask if you need help with something, and I will be back soon with more for you about fasting and about other things. So I hope you have an awesome weekend. I'll see you soon.